M-E-Y-E-R-S, Meyers Mohawks. Back in 1961, South Wilkes-Barre was our little piece of the world, and right in the middle of it all was Meyers High School and the adjacent area called Minor Park. Most of our day was spent inside the school building, but after school, kids would hang out at the 44th ice cream store across the street. And on Fridays, the Phillips Seafood Kitchen was one of the busiest places in town. On the west side of the school was the football stadium, and just beyond the visitors' grandstand was the Minor Park swimming pool. As springtime arrived in 1961, the Meyers girls were getting ready for their annual water ballet performance. Senior members of the synchronized swimming team included Nancy Grenewald, Carol Bellis, Betsy Bonsavage, Sharon Boyle, and Diane Jeffrey. Now, Meyers was the only one of the three city schools to have its own swimming pool, and in fact, it had two of them, one for the girls and one for the boys. The girls' pool was used for the water ballet, and it was truly a thing of beauty to watch the girls go through their routine. Now, the girls wore one-piece swimsuits and a white swim cap, contrasting to the clothing optional method of swimming over in the boys' pool. And I'll tell you, times have really changed. One of the more popular sports at Meyers was baseball, and senior members of the 1961 Mohawk squad included Robert Klein, Bob Hutchins, Alan McCutcheon, Ted Zaborowski, Frank Jones, Joe Sefrin, Charlie Simonson, George Volpetti, Gary Popovich, Ron Grahowski, Ed McGuire, and Cummings Pyatt. Practice and home games were held in Minor Park. And check out the telephone pole-style batter's cage as we see team captain Chuck Simonson lay down a sacrifice bunt. Big left-hander Gary Popovich shows his heat to other teammates. Now, Gary was one of the top hurlers in the city back in 1961. In the background is an elevated railroad line, and many times the sounds of the trains would drown out the crack of the bats. As we watch the boys have some fun on their Field of Dreams, take notice of the Minor Park pool building in the background. Yeah, I can remember showing my little WB patch in order to enjoy a day of swimming at the pool. The M Club was for students who earned letters in any of our many athletic activities. Class President Mike Elias doubled as the M Club president, while Ron Grahowski, Joe Brislin, George Salit, and Bill Schwab held officers' positions in the club. In 1961, Meyers won the coveted Ben Cohen Memorial Trophy for earning the most points in athletic competition among the three city schools. Principal H. Leon Gilbert accepted the trophy along with faculty members Eugene Palladino, Fuller Grenewald, James McGowan, and Jack Jones. Our football team won both the City and Wyoming Valley Conference championships under the guidance of head coach Jack Jones and assistants Robert Gimble and Fred McDaniels. Mr. Palladino coached our basketball team to the 1961 City Championship by using senior class members Bob Downing, Joe Brislin, Charlie Bozak, and Gary Popovich. Barbara Edmonds, Diane Cobb, Nancy Grenewald, Dottie Thomas, Carol Bellis, Janet Irwin, Claire Jones, Betsy Birkenhead, Anita Zarimbo, Madeline Pfeiffer, and Karen Labella worked hard to give first-year hockey coach Shirley Corson a city championship. Assistant coach Robert Payne and head coach Keith Williams took three of our senior grapplers, Don Williams, Steve Stahl, and Jack Smith, to a city championship. Girls basketball was a much different game back in 1961, but seniors, Nancy Grenewald, Anita Zarimbo, Jackie Corey, Betsy Birkenhead, and Janet Irwin, had no problem with the half-court limitations of the era. Way to go, girls. Anchoring the city championship track team were seniors Archie Cruikshank, Ray Miller, Ted Noggle, Tom Monk, Dave Bevan, Ed Sequel, Bill Trethway, Jerry Seckler, Jim Amos, Jack Fritches, Charlie Bozak, and Ted Geary. Academic achievement was also very important to members of the class of 1961. Congratulations to these girls who earned a place in the Senior National Honor Society. Likewise for the boys who also received their induction into the Senior National Honor Society. Great job, everyone. And finally, class member Carol Hughes received the Betty Crocker Miss Homemaker of the Year Award in 1961. Now, I'll bet Carol used those skills through the years. Well, that's it for another Meyers Memories, and until next time, go Mohawks!